Hello and welcome you watching Business Today. This is Aastha Chopra. With me, we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Peyush Bansal, who is the co-founder and CEO of Lenskart, and Abhishek, who is the CFO. So finally, Lenskart has announced its IPO. I would like to know more about it. What are we going to do with the proceeds and how the investment will vary and diversify over research, innovation, technology expansion? Please tell us, Peyush.
So I think we'll continue to invest in technology because it's the biggest enabler for solving the root problems root obstacles that we have in enabling vision for a larger set of people. Whether it is centralizing supply chain, democratizing eye testing, investing in smart eyewear, even in terms of just making the brand more accessible and going to remote parts of India. So technology will continue to be a big investment. I think the second big investment will be expanding our footprint. We have about 2,600, little north of 2,600 stores. We'll continue to open more stores in the coming future. We'll continue to open more channels. So that eyewear becomes more and more accessible. And we want to continue to build the brand to the next level in India and international both. So
absolutely. You talked about expansion also. Can you just tell us your pipeline places where you're expanding? You were also mentioning Telangana as well. Let's start with that.
So that's a second factory that we are building. We have two factories right now, and one in Gurgaon and one in Devadhi, which is a few kilometers away from Gurgaon, maybe 30-40 kilometers away. And then Telangana is the next manufacturing hub, which will be the largest that we have built so far. But that's manufacturing. And then in terms of expanding reach, continue to go deeper in India, both in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities, and then in the neighboring areas around India, which is Southeast Asia, Middle East and Japan.
Absolutely. Abhishek, coming to you as well. So 40% of the revenue comes from overseas as well. So let's start with India. What's the top priorities for the revenue in India? Also, what are the risks do you see? We'll start with India, then we'll go to the global markets as well. So Abhishek?
Yeah, thank you. From a company standpoint, the top priorities continue to be serving our customers well. In the last few years, our NPS has gone up to about 78-79%. And that is a North Star metric for us. The second endeavor is to increase the number of eye tests that we do, right? We have been increasing our eye test at the rate of 50% CAGR. So we were doing about 6 million 2 years back. And last year we did 16 million eye tests, right? And thirdly, it is about increasing our supply chain capabilities. So our growth is dependent on increasing the reach, increasing the volume share. And these, the eye test technology, the supply chain and all of this are enablers for that growth.
Absolutely. So one very interesting thing I wanted to know myself, let's not dive into the deep dive thing. Your partnerships are quite unique. Like I just saw Harry Potter, Superman, ISRO. So what are the basis of your partnership? What do you see in the partnership? Is it trends? Is it a business oriented, something very specific, which may not come out as per you want? So what's the scenario of that?
See, basically believe that now, if you look at consumers today, you have to see them as micro communities. We don't, of course, and traditionally you would say age and income was the only segment. But now actually you have to see people as communities. And what happens in communities that you follow certain things. Somebody is a follower of ISRO, somebody's follower of Batman, somebody's, Potterheads. Then you have Hello Kitty now. Pop Mart is a big, people are following La Boo Boo like anything. Yeah. So when we are partnering with these people, what we are trying to do is we are trying to see whether they can, through this, can we convince them to add one more eyewear to their kitty? Because, traditionally we have thought about eyewear as ki abhi ek le liya to ho gaya ya do le liya to ho gaya. So when this happens, it leads to one additional purchase and then they get used to owning multiple players. So it's just a trigger for people to enjoy eyewear versus just seeing it as a utility. And then when they get into the cycle, subconsciously they forget about it. And very thing similar happened to shoes, right? Yeah. Over the years, we now don't count the number of shoes we have. So that's what we think of it. We think of it as a great way for us to engage with the set of consumers.
And the collection trend is also in markets as well. Let's understand the investor's point of view as well. So it's like, how will you align the long-term priorities with expectations of the PE investors? So how do you align your priorities with the investors?
Same here, na? I don't think priorities are different. The priority, as people see it, is that can Lenskart go and eradicate vision correction, visual impairment? Can it go organize this category? Can it give vision to the balance 500 million people in India who's not giving? So long term, hamare to all existing investors are long term, and the ones that we are getting on board, the ones we have really picked up in our anchor are all long term investors.
Okay, so before
Short term doesn't work at Lenskart.
Okay, so that's a quite unique thought. Also, before I let you go, gentlemen, just last question to you, Abhishek. What will be the growth expectations, profit expectations, and you will be listing very soon. So, what is the expectation in that term?
We are not allowed to share expectations.
Yeah, we can't share forward-looking statements, but I think we are in a very attractive market zone. If you see the eyewear market in India is growing at 13%, and it is also very, very underpenetrated and fragmented. So we see ourselves, aiding more and more people and growing accordingly. And for our business, growth and profitability are also positively correlated. So the more scale we get, the more benefit of operating leverage flows through. So you would see both of them improve.
Okay, well, you heard the gentleman, and it was quite a unique conversation we had. They have just announced the IPO, and we will be right back again with the conversation when you guys are listing. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, and many, many congratulations once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.